So when it comes to drug possession cases, every one of us has our Fourth Amendment rights, right? We have the right to be free from an illegal search or an illegal seizure. And so a lot of times this is how these cases kind of get dismissed or dropped, is that police officers have to follow a very strict set of rules when they go around searching and interrogating citizens. And if they don't follow those rules, we can do things like filing motions to suppress and asserting to the court that you were being harassed or that you weren't searched illegally. And if we're able to convince the court that your Fourth Amendment rights were violated, well, that's going to suppress everything that happened after the arrest. It doesn't matter what they found on you. It doesn't matter what you had. All that matters is that the police officers did not act constitutionally. And if that's proven in court, those cases are going to get dismissed. So we had a situation come up recently with a client that got pulled over and they had a small amount of marijuana on them, right? And so reading through the police report, the police officer claimed that our client had not used a blinker when changing lanes on the highway. On face value, that is sufficient probable cause to pull someone over and start investigating them. The issue came up was that when we went and pulled the dash cam and started watching the police officer's video from that night, our client very clearly uses blinker when changing lanes. So we were able to go into court and file a motion to suppress, and the judge agreed that there was no legitimate reason for that police officer ever to have pulled over our client. So at that point, the case is stopped. It's illegal. Anything after that is going to get suppressed. It doesn't matter that they found a small amount of marijuana on him. That's a case that's going to get dismissed. So getting arrested for a drug possession case is not going to be a fun evening for you. Police officers are going to handcuff you. They're going to Mirandize you. They're going to take you to the local police station and they're going to book you. The booking process is usually a couple of things, and it takes a long time, but the idea is they're going to get your mugshot and they're going to get your fingerprint before sending you over to a magistrate judge, and that judge is going to set the bond for you, and then hopefully you get out soon. That process can take a long time depending on the judge and the county and how efficient they are at it, but it's never a fun time. Once you're out, you need to meet with an attorney, hopefully one that's done a lot of drug cases in the past. You'll have court soon. A lot of times these cases do take a while to work through the system just because the DA's office and the prosecutors, they're going to want to test the substance to make sure it is what the police officers claimed it was. And so that process of sending the drugs to the lab, having the lab confirm it, and coming back sometimes can slow down the process. So Texas makes a pretty big distinction between possession and intent to distribute. Intent to distribute is usually just a fancy way of saying dealing drugs, right? And the punishments for intent to deliver or manufacturing and delivery or things like that are going to be much, much harsher than mere possession. And so what is the state, what is the prosecutors, what are the police looking for to make that distinction? There's a couple of things that we've noticed. Anytime you've got like a large amount of cash, anytime you've got like little baggies, paraphernalia, anytime there's a gun involved, those are all going to kind of be red flags to the state and to the police that this may not be just a possession case. This may be a case where they look at enhancing it from possession to intent to distribute. Having a drug case on your background can cause a lot of problems in the future, whether it's background checks for employment or education or things like that. So if you end up with a possession case, make sure to give us a call. We've handled a lot, hundreds if not thousands of drug cases in the past, and we can kind of guide you through in a free consultation about what strategies work, how to approach the case, how to make sure you get the best outcome possible so these kind of cases don't follow you around in the future.